Hi folks, my name is Cliff Schroders and I'm a reader in cybersecurity at Leeds Beckett University, and I'm the director of our research centre. And this video is addressed to prospective students who are considering studying cybersecurity, trying to decide where to study, and I'm going to tell you about some of the cool stuff that we're doing and things that set us apart and why you should come and study with us. So security is hard to get right. It's very easy to end up on this list of companies that have suffered data breaches and security vulnerabilities over the last couple of years. But working in security can be fun. So one of the nice things about working in cybersecurity is that, you know, there's the good guys and the bad guys, and I guess uniquely, in order to be the good guy and do the job effectively, you need to be able to do the bad guy stuff as well. So as a white hat, you learn about all the techniques that a black hat attacker will use. You'll learn about how to hack into systems, and you can apply that same skill set and mindset, the security mindset, to actually audit the security of systems so that you can check whether they're secure. But also it helps you to be able to reason about security. So if you can think about things in the way of how would someone go about breaking this system, that's important in order to design and secure systems as well. So we really believe in the philosophy of allowing you to get hands-on with things, because we want you to learn from experiencing and experimenting, getting your hands dirty, and you're going to actually have an opportunity to do some hacking and actually have safe environments where you can do the coding, put the theory into practice, and really solidify the learning that you're doing by not just learning about the theory, but then applying the theory that you're learning about critically, so that you can actually really fully understand it and have applicable skills that you can ready to use in industry, for example. So we have designed our course with CyBOK in mind, which is the cybersecurity body of knowledge. And with a specific emphasis on making sure that you've got applied skills. We've got quite a lot of the kind of, we like to do a bit of extra like ethical hacking, kind of getting our hands dirty with, actually attacking systems and understanding them. But, we'll do things like quite a lot on the Linuxy side of things and Windows as well. But, really understanding how you secure systems, how you defend against attacks, how you respond to attacks. So when someone attacks your organization, we saw that massive list of companies that have had security problems. If those are the companies that are having security issues, we need to plan for when that happens. So actually the procedures for incident response and investigation to figure out what happened on a system. And we look at things like malware analysis. We do if you're doing the MEng degree, we'll do like exploit development, like really understanding like the nice juicy technical details like stack smashing, buffer overflows. But obviously we also across all of our security degrees, we look at like or most of them we look at web security. So how do you audit a website, and all of these topics. And when you're doing that, we like to use a capture the flag approach. This is some pictures of an actual event that we ran, where based on the technology that we've developed to run like hacking competitions. And CTFs, capture the flag hacking competitions, is where you basically solve security challenges, and when you've solved them you get this flag, often it's like a long random string that you can then submit to get points. And so you can use those for hacking competitions, but you also use those in a lot or most of our teaching as well. So we have tried to incorporate CTF into our various modules so that you'll be completing challenges throughout, and that allows you to basically like put into practice the theory that you're learning, solving challenges, and then you can submit them as marks, and that like makes up part of your assessment for a module, for example. And so we have developed a whole bunch of frameworks and things, some of which we've open sourced that other people are making use of as well. But basically, we can randomize hacking challenges, so we can actually create simulations of organizations. So we use this for team projects on our degree, so that you're given this organization that has a bunch of like security problems on their various systems, and has kind of like a realistic mix of secure and insecure things, and you do a security audit of that. We use these to actually run CTF challenges, as I was saying, but also we use it as for security lab exercises, and most of our modules have some CTF style security challenges. We've also developed Hackerbot, which is this chatbot that some modules make use of, where you'll actually be interacting with this adversary, and you talk to this chatbot and it will actually carry out attacks over the network. And it can actually carry out real attacks, so it's not just simulated, but actually you'll be running it on a system like a virtual machine, where you have like actual software and operating systems running, and you'll talk to this chatbot, and then it will actually carry out real attacks and exploits and things over the network to compromise your systems. And you'll either need to like defend against that or investigate what Hackerbot did to your systems. And that's gone really well. And the modules that use that have really benefited from that. We've got a data center, so we have a whole lot of servers that actually run in a virtualized data center, so we can actually run thousands of VMs at once. We can have our students all allocate them VMs that we generate and actually provision VMs onto that, and you can actually access that from home and interact with these VMs and complete the security challenges. But we have a really powerful data center with like a cluster of lots of servers that enable you to complete the tasks from home, which obviously, given current events, has been really useful for us recently. So we've developed Hacktivity, which is our own unique platform that we use to actually enable you to get access to all these things, and it basically you log into it and you can access all your VMs remotely. It can do the CTF stuff, so you can submit your flags to it. You can do we do time challenges on it for some tests under test conditions and all sorts of cool stuff, and I'll show you that in a second. So it's a portal that you can use to actually access your VMs, and it has leaderboards, and you get automated feedback from tests and tasks and things. So a lot of the time when the CTF style marking, not everything is CTF style. Obviously, you'll also be doing reports and doing in-depth analysis and all the rest of it. But often we have some element of CTFs, and then when you do that, you get those marks like straight away. You know where you are. It can help you with your build your confidence, and also get that feedback like immediately, so you know how you're going. So we also currently, one of the ways that we've adapted to the COVID-19 pandemic is that we've been making really good use of Discord. So we have a Discord server with categories or groups of channels for every security module. It's been really good, honestly. Like we've got, the students have just been an excellent online community. Really good at supporting each other, as and we're all and staff have been really great about being on there as well. And it's gone really well. So we've run kind of like live labs on there. We can use it to share screens and sort of see what everyone's up to. And that, in combination with Hacktivity, has meant that even when when it's not been possible to be in the same room, it's just worked like really well as a way for us to stay engaged and to increase the communications. And in fact, I think students have a wider circle of other students they're communicating with than they otherwise would have. So I've just been really happy with how that's been going just recently, given the situation. So I won't show you Discord because obviously there's a lot of chat with potentially personal chats and things. But what I will show you is I'll give you a quick demo of Hacktivity and our lab infrastructure. So let's see if I can just switch to that. Let's see. All right, so this is Hacktivity. You can see that we have a hell of a lot of VMs that we've provisioned onto Hacktivity, and there's just 7 users online at the moment, and a lot of CTF challenges that have been solved. If we have a look at the Hacktivities that are there, you can see we run regular capture the flag competitions for our students, sometimes with like prizes and things, and other times just for fun. And these are some of the modules that are running at the moment. If we look at this module, Incident Response and Investigation, it's one of the modules that makes use of Hackerbot. And we'll just look at the very first lab as an example. So you can see here, there's a leaderboard, and you can see, a lot of people have completed this challenge, for example. But it's quite nice to see if some people really want to be the first person on that list to have completed the challenges. And in this case, it's just for the weekly lab. And you can see here for this specific lab, it tells you like where you are in places, how many flags you've solved for that specific lab, and your progress through the lab. In this case, there's five flags to submit, and you can submit them in here once you've got the flag. And yeah, so these VMs are already running, so we can click to interact with the VMs. And so all of these VMs are actually running in our data center. I'm not on campus at the moment, I'm working from home at the moment. But you can see, so this is actually realistic experience for students, because I'm using the same infrastructure that students use. So if I go full screen with this, works really well. You can see how easy it was. So basically, I'm connected to the VPN in order to access that website, and then I've installed the over Vert viewer locally, and then all of this stuff is just running over the network using the Spice protocol. Anyway, I'll I guess tell you all the technical details if you're interested, but basically here's an example of Hackerbot, and it basically asking us to complete some simple tasks. Throughout the module, Hackerbot will carry out other kinds of attacks, and it will do all sorts of things that you have to write IDS rules to monitor network attacks and things. But in this example, it's just asking us to stop. So it says an attempt to delete this file as a file path is going stop the attack using file attributes. Okay, so it wants to delete the file, and let me know when you're ready. So in this case, there's a few different ways you can stop someone from deleting a file, but specifically saying to use file attributes. I guess we can start by having a look at what the file attributes are on that file. So we can do you can see that there aren't any set that is just to do with the file system that's being used. So if we want to set them, we do char atter, which is to change the attributes, and if we add I, it will make it the file immutable. So oops, and we have to do that as sudo to run the command with like root privileges. So one of the nice things about our environment is we can give you like root access to VMs and things, and give you permissions to do all the kinds of security, great stuff that you need to be able to do in order to learn about security. and so we tell Hackerbot it's ready. Hackerbot is actually running in a separate VM, and it's talking to us via this chat, but it will actually connect to our system and attempt to actually delete that file. And if we'd set that incorrectly, it would have just deleted it off the system, and then we need to create a new file and do it correctly. And so you see there's that element of realism there, and you can see here that Hackerbot actually hands us a flag, and so we can copy that, and then if we head back over to Hacktivity, we can submit that flag. And in this case, the module's finished, so it's not giving us marks, but you can see here that it's we've now completed 2 flags, and progress has increased. And if we were completing this on time, our score would have increased as well. But that just gives you an idea of the infrastructure that we have. There's a lot of really cool stuff. In some cases, there'll be like a lot of VMs involved each week. So in this module, there's like a different set of VMs for each week. Okay, let me just wrap this up by saying that there's also a number of statistics and things that it can help you to understand your own progress. So for this module, for example, it tells you like how many flags you've submitted and gives you like a rundown of marks for the module and the kind of progression through the module and where you are sitting in terms of marks. And so this infrastructure has been invaluable for us, especially at the moment, having developed all this over the last few years, and with the global pandemic that's happening now, it's really empowered us to have just an excellent experience overall. But also, COVID has had a minimal impact, I guess, on the way that we teach the security labs for these modules, because we're able to actually do this remotely and support students remotely to access this, and they can access all that infrastructure online and kind of complete the lab work. So it's been really invaluable, but not only because it's really great in terms of our ability to do cool like hacking challenges and security challenges, but also because it supported our students to actually still have a great learning experience even in these very difficult circumstances. So I hope that's been helpful. Thanks for watching. Bye.